Welcome, Natacha. It's such an honor and a pleasure to have you as a guest today. I know that what you're going to share on self-love is going to be inspiring for the people that are listening to us. And talking about self-love, I'd like you to start by telling us how you became a self-love expert or a self-love advocate.
I love the question, Nikki. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm going to tell you that in 2013, January 30th, 2013 precisely, I launched a matchmaking business. And it didn't take very long for me to realize that there was a lot of sabotage, self-sabotage that was happening. And the individuals that I was matching would push people back and not fully immerse themselves in the relationships or courtships that were happening and were getting in their own way.
Yeah.
And really, it was heartbreaking because here I was, a matchmaker. I was not yet a dating coach.
Okay.
And I was observing my clients get in their way and not being able to get into relationships. And so I thought, oh, I've got to do something. I need to help my clients.
Yeah.
And the solution was to get certified as a dating coach, a life coach, as a relationship coach, so that I can help my clients. And this is where I understood and got knowledge that there was a self-love issue with my clients, and that often if I was able to help them with that self-love, then I could help them with their confidence, and I can help them transition from single to in a relationship.
I totally relate to what you're saying. You know, sometimes we have some objectives in life and we think that that's the thing that's going to make us happy. But in the end, it starts from the inside. Now, this, you know, is just bouncing back from what you said. How is it that you helped your clients to learn self-love and start changing how they, their relationship to themselves?
Boundary setting is huge in my business.
Yeah.
And very often, I will tell you that, and I'll speak about women.
Okay.
We are givers. We are natural born givers. We have breasts.
I love it. We do.
and it starts from feeding our children.
Yes.
And have you ever observed a man looking at a woman either breastfeeding or taking care of her children? Men love that.
They do. They fall in love.
They fall in love with a motherly woman, with an affectionate woman. And so just to say that we are inherently givers, we are inherently a species who will say yes. And that's how we start forgetting ourselves. So sometimes we learn the pattern from our childhood, from our parents, from our mother always saying yes. We come in with the baggage of the of not knowing how to say no. And then I come in and I have to break that pattern down. And so for me, self-love is boundary setting, is knowing what is respectable for yourself, what you want to do, is feeling good about saying no to someone, and and understanding that you're not a bad person for doing so. And so my coaching practice really focuses on me being the accountability partner for the client so that they can feel good, because at first it's a stretch, right? It's like anything that you do.
It is.
You.
Yeah. It feels uncomfortable.
Yes. And so that's how it starts.
Oh, wow. Well, I like how that was the first point that you brought up. boundaries and how you bring it to our socius, that we would say in English, but how we were raised and how we think we have to act. So we get that we can forget ourselves. Now, as someone wants to put their limits and assume who they are, there may be some resistance with their families or with their friends. And one, deal with the fact that they want to be empowered and set their limits, and yet having to deal with the reactions that can be negative from the people around them.
So targeting and breaking away and having an independence from the person or people that may judge you or that may have created or founded that pattern from a young age is part of the process of, in a way, healing. And again, breaking away from this. I like to refer to those things as spoken or unspoken agreements that people have with those people, from whether it's mom or dad. And so sometimes we learn that, mom said that all men are bad, or dad said that we should always help people. And so you learn that abandoning your partner would be something that, that you could do better, that you should work on your relationship. People learn these. You don't abandon.
They do. Yeah.
You work on your relationship despite the ups and downs. You compromise.
You don't give up.
You don't give up. And so now you come in with that baggage again. And then when you're facing a relationship or a situation that cannot be resolved, right? There are solvable problems and there are unsolvable problems in relationships. And when you stick to a relationship when the problems cannot be resolved, you are getting into the next stage of just being unhappy, and now you're being pulled down, and you don't know how to get out of that. So that is something that needs to be addressed to break the pattern. And it's very, very difficult. Some people come in with patterns that are due to their church or their religion. For whatever reason, we feel like we owe it to someone or something not to do certain things. And it really puts a break into our efforts to achieve our relationship goals or our business goals, our career goals, our weight loss goals. We keep to an idea, and that is why we eat our emotions, because we don't want to break somebody else's feelings. So it all boils down to the same thing for every area or aspect of our lives, to be independent and fearless. And when people say, oh, you need to be authentic and aligned.
Yes.
Alignment is huge.
It is.
Huge. Right.
It is. And it sounds so good. But then what does it really mean? But before we dive into that direction, as you were speaking just now, what you said, how someone can go eat their emotions or forget their needs for somebody else's needs. It comes back to what you said in the beginning, self-sabotage. And I think it's time that we end this self-sabotage. Now, I said that I was going to go in a direction, but I'd like to know how it is, because now you're a dating coach, but you're also a business coach for women executives, right?
Yes.
So I'd like to know, because you did talk about career changes or the professional life. So what are the tips and strategies you would share with professional women so they embrace who they are and that they shine as much as they feel that they should?
One of the biggest lessons I have learned, and it came very late in my 10-year career
Mhm.
of owning a business is that people follow people
Mhm.
who live their best lives.
Mm.
People are inspired by people who take action.
Yes.
And when you don't take action and you say no to the light that could be on you
Mhm.
in a certain way, well, not only are you not letting yourself glow, embrace, walk, step into what you
I
should
love
be,
it. Mhm.
but there's a person, two people, thousands of people that
Mhm.
could have stepped into their light after seeing you step into yours. And
Mm.
so you owe it to yourself
Yes.
to take that action, because one, there is something that I know is that if you have dreams that are unexplored, that are sleeping in your head,
Mhm.
you are doing a disservice to yourself, to your happiness, and to that alignment and to that authenticity, to
Mhm.
the power that you have to attract
Wow, that's powerful what you're saying. I love
relationships,
it.
attract the career, attract the opportunities. You have got to step into your own light.
Mm.
If there is anything about walking into someone's purpose, a person
Mhm.
walking into their own purpose,
Yes.
and people look for that for years. I have no purpose. I have no passion.
Yes.
All you need to do, you need to stop looking at the bigger, oh, what is this purpose thing? Forget the purpose thing. What
Mm.
do you want to do?
Yes.
Get all the money in the world. What would you
Yeah.
be doing? Do
Mhm.
that. Start with that,
Amen. Yes.
and the purpose will come.
Oh, that is inspiring, empowering. I feel the energy in my arms. I'm like, girl, I gotta go do this. I gotta take my action steps. Hmm. You're right. You're right. And as you were talking with your hands, I love how gesticulate you are. That's French here, but I guess you understand what I'm saying. You were showing two things: the alignment and also stepping in to who you are. Now, how does it feel when one gives themselves the permission to step into their light and to align their life with their desires, their dreams, their aspirations?
I would qualify. You see how my body does it?
Yes, yes, I love it.
A sense of relief,
Mhm.
but a strong self of relief
Mm.
rooted in power.
Mhm.
The ultimate power
Mm.
is to let go,
Ah,
be free,
yes.
and not follow and not try to be like someone else or like another brand
Yeah,
or a copycat,
yeah.
or to be so by the book and
Yeah,
to
been there.
a rule follower and to so when you allow yourself to step into your power, because it is so true that there are no two people alike.
It is.
There aren't.
Yeah,
When you accept that,
yeah.
and when you accept to tell your story, that's
Mm.
another one I struggled with for years.
Yeah, that's scary.
Oh, yeah, I hid behind. I don't have a story. That was my story. I don't have a story. I've had a decent life. I didn't really go through many struggles. I have no story. I sell matchmaking. I'm not, the typical dating coach who struggled finding someone, then went into coaching, hired a coach, then we're like, oh, I need to train the rest of the world. I don't have that story. I didn't get into this because of my own inability to find a life partner. However, I did have the inability to get married, no inability to attract or stay in long-term relationships, but I was never the chosen one.
Oh,
3 men told me I brought nothing to the table.
my. That is harsh. How did you react to that?
So the first time a man tells you bring nothing to the table, you're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Move on, mister.
And then the second time, you're like, ooh, wait a minute. They don't know each other. What's going on here? And then the third time, I was just like, whoa. So that's when I became an entrepreneur, and I put a lot of energy in what was off balance with me. So many coaches will talk about the wheel of life.
Yes.
And a wheel needs to be, round and,
Yes.
and just roll. And if you have an area of your life that is where you're not putting too much time and energy, now you're going through life on a bumpy ride. And that's where I was with some areas. I could be the light of the party. I could be a great friend. I was healthy. I was athletic. The area that was lacking was career, finances. And so with the men that I was dating, these areas were very important. I was that butterfly. I was pursuing acting for 12 years. And so I was that butterfly that, the men are like, well, where is she going? And it's like, well, how would this work? How would we have a relationship? How would we have children? What would we be building?
Yes.
Right. And so I did that with, I'm going to tell you, with women who come to me for finding husbands. I'm a millionaire matchmaker. So women come to me and they say, well, I want a successful guy. I want him to be financially secure. I don't want to worry about bills. I want that security. And this is why I pivoted to business coaching, because women come to me with this need for lavish life, opulence, security beyond what most would need. They want to have more money than they actually need to live. And I thought, if that's what you want, let me just take you there, because they have limiting beliefs that the millionaire is a man.
Okay. Aren't they?
But a successful person can be a woman. They totally think
I get it.
Man that's going to bring them to their goals. And that at a certain level of success, being, I want to say the low six figure, a woman making, 100,000, 150, 200,000, she's at the pinnacle of her career. And that the person who's going to elevate that lifestyle is someone who makes more than her, and that has to be a man, because she's at the top. And so her equal is that millionaire. But why can't she bring that to the table? And so I target those limiting beliefs, and I help women with those dreams that they have, which they held either because they had to take care of their children, educate them, or they just felt, I've got bills to pay. Let me just do this career. And some women have these patterns that they can't part from money. So why would they attempt to start a business when there's the security of the paycheck? And so all of those things that they come with are the patterns that we need to break and eliminate those limiting beliefs, so that the woman can be fully aligned. Because when she's not pursuing her dream, if there is a dream of starting a career or a business, then she's not her true authentic self. And so how can she attract her life partner, her soulmate? How can she be the best version of herself? And so those two things meet. Matchmaking and starting a business are the perfect match for a woman looking for a certain level of lifestyle.
I love how you put the two together, and especially how you shake women and you let them know, hey, girl, you could take care of yourself. It's fun to have a millionaire husband, but it could start all from you. Now, let me just check on the time here, because I get really wrapped up listening to what you're saying. And we're actually going to be wrapping up soon. So before you tell us about the gift that you would love to offer to the viewers, what final thought would you like to share with us today, Natacha?
I think that anyone, it's the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah.
And people observe people. We're all snooping on Instagram and Facebook and, either observing, watching. I think that it's important for people to just stop trying to compare themselves to others.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen unfortunate stories of people looking happy on social media and ending their lives this year or last year. I think that the only story that matters is the one where you walk up to your mirror in the morning, and you can look at yourself and say, wow, I am very happy with my life. I have objectives to create more happiness in the next months or years. I know where my life is going, and I am content with the things that I have around me. And those things can come from meditation, giving thanks, being very thankful, but being intentional about everything that you do and everything that you thank, that you are thankful for. And also to not just take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Things don't have to happen. You don't have to it's okay. It's okay to be yourself and to not be going for marathon or world championships of any kind. Everything is okay, and everything comes in its own time, and there's a time for everyone to step up to who they are. If your time is right, if you feel that calling and you just don't know who to reach out, then find that person who can help you and just get there. The first thing that's very important is verbs. Create action. So verbalize, find the verb to what you want to do, and then the things will follow.
Once again, what you've said, we just want to be getting up, but stay with us and taking action. This was really inspiring once again. And I'd love to continue, but I'll have to stop myself and invite you to share your gifts so people that want to connect with you because they love your energy or they feel that you're the person that could help them. So these people can share with you. So could you tell us about your gift, Natacha, please?
Absolutely. So it is a free training, and the training is going to help you get your lavish business life up and running. So if there is something inside of you saying, I want to start my business, I have a gift, I want to coach, or I'm an expert in a certain area, and it is something that can be packaged and coached and shared with millions, then come to me, watch my training, and enjoy and take it home, run with it, and do everything you need to do for yourself so that you can take care of yourself. And it's all about self-care. It's all about self-care.
Well, thank you so much for that generous gift. And I appreciate that it's a gift that is going to empower women and give them tools to create or bring their business at the next level. Natacha, it was really inspiring talking with you, interviewing you this morning. And I'm sure as viewers are listening, probably some people just like myself could resonate with what you said and say, hey, I was there. And you're giving us hope that there's a way where we can be happier and in love with ourselves because we find who we are. So once again, many thanks for your generosity today. It was a pleasure.